Right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakodash, the honors unto the apostles and the others of great millstone that taught me this truth through the Holy Spirit, and a sincere peace, blessings, and salutations to your Akim across the four corners of the earth that are pushing this knowledge and truth and this sincerity. It's the brother Barzal from the GMS Arizona Campbell as well, with another quick lesson to edify through the Holy Spirit to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the true children of Israel according to the scriptures and according to prophecy. Okay, Shalom. I saw this piece of news and I thought that I'd do something quick on it, okay, because this is another example about events, laws that are passing that's leading to more oppression, that's further putting limitations on people's ability to travel, freely, because now this is just another expense that you have to consider on top of gas and, maintaining your car, registrations, whatever it is that you have to do to, get around. Now, this is another consideration, and all it's leading to is more oppression to, the people being further in the hole as far as like being able to have enough money to afford taking care of their day-to-day business. And what ultimately is going to lead to is when people aren't able to support themselves and support their lives and take care of their families and their children, is going to turn to anger. All right. So, us being watchmen, we're checking out the things that this devil is doing, the moves that he's making, because these moves are leading into biblical prophecy. This is events like this or legislation being passed like this can lead to, 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter coming to pass, where the scripture, just roughly paraphrasing, says that they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Because people are going to rise up and start to protest against these types of, wicked legislations. Let's get that real quick. This is Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Okay. And, people are going to be mourning when now their commute to get to and from work is going to cost them extra money. This is going to devastate a lot of people. This is going to hurt the bottom line to a lot of businesses, you see. And we're going to get into it so, you brothers can understand exactly what that legislation says. But it's just another wicked ass decree from none other than the devil Esau Edom. This is Isaiah 10, verse 1, And it leads right into, this devil having them 15-minute cities, them being able to control the movement of the people. It just leads to more control. And that's ultimately what this devil wants. Isaiah 10, verse 1, it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Okay. They're unfair laws. You see? So they're going to be destroyed for everything that they've done, because what they're doing is they're inflaming the anger of the people through their wicked oppression. And then people are only going to sit around and take this shit only for so long before they're going to rise up and try to do something about it. So check this out.
With the new Domino's Rewards, you earn free...
The very latest. Arthur, what's going on? Well, the MTA board just voted to approve the tolling structure for congestion pricing. This means the public review process will now begin. And our very own Arthur Chien is live in Lower Manhattan with the very latest. Arthur, what's going on?
Chris, it was just minutes ago that they took that vote, and it was passed by the MTA board by a vote of 9-1. They started meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. What they met on and what they voted on was a proposal by the Transportation Mobility Review Board, also known as the TMRB, which had a really, really big task to tackle here. Congestion pricing was introduced about 15 years ago, and it has been a complicated process in part because of the resistance to it. Some businesses reject it. A lot of drivers don't like it because they're the ones who would be paying more. So the TMRB's job was to find a way to reduce congestion and reduce pollution while also generating funding for key capital projects at the MTA, which includes the next leg of the 2nd Avenue subway, as well as making the subway system accessible to the disabled. That means building elevators, and building elevators in the subway system is very expensive. Now, Carl Weisbrod is the head of the TMRB, and he made his final pitch to the MTA's full board this morning. Listen in.
But also, even within the driving population of 150,000 or so people, how we could most fairly serve that population and achieve at the same time the goals of the program. And
let's go over what's been passed here with this graphic. $15 base fare for cars entering the Central Business District. That's Manhattan south of 60th Street. They'll only be charged once for going in. If you're already in the zone or moving about the zone, you don't get charged there. The cost will be 75% lower during the overnights, during the weekdays and weekends. It begins at 9 p.m. It ends at different times, however. Large trucks and buses will pay more. The range on trucks and buses range from $24 to $36. Taxis, and this is a point of some contention, $1.25 surcharge that's going to be passed on to passengers per trip, and a $2.50 per trip charge for hire apps, that's the Ubers and Lyfts and the like. Now, drivers coming in through one of the 4 tunnels coming into the city to the Central Business District will receive a discount for the toll that they already paid to come in. One of the keys to this is how businesses will be impacted. They say the point is that this will help businesses, and as a key part of that, one of the main members on the TMRB was Catherine Wild. She's the president and CEO of the Partnership for New York City. This is what she had to say.
And so from the commercial standpoint, the greatest savings in this, while the tolls are highest for trucks, large trucks, commercial vehicles, they in fact will gain the most benefits in terms of directly in the pocket.
Her point is that congestion costs businesses too. Now this is a very complicated process, and there are a couple of key sticking points, so we want to put that in perspective, but they are significant ones. For one, school buses. New York City school buses will not be exempt from this, and that a lot of people have a problem with. There was one board member who actually quit the TM.
I'm sorry, I gotta laugh about that. This devil don't give a fuck, bro. He don't give a fuck. Did you hear that shit? Man, this devil said that the school buses gotta pay up too. If you pass through this area, then your ass gotta pay. So what if that's the school buses route that they've been following for the last however many years, man? Then they gotta switch up their whole thing. You know, it might delay when kids are getting to school, or they gotta hit them routes. It's it's gonna disrupt a lot. They gotta hit their routes sooner or earlier than before, man. This is oppression, man. This shit is oppression. And the reason why they weren't able to pass it until now, as they said in the clip, is because the people were standing up and they were rising up against these devils, man. They were pushing back. But see, now they taking the gloves off, and they just gonna move forward with their plans, because this devil knows what? That he have but a short time, man. He knows that he have but a short time, so he got to take the gloves off. This is Revelations 12, verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. Right, so part of his wrath is him implementing these unrighteous decrees that are not taking the people that, you know, are, you know, basically on the front line, so to speak, that are really out there in the streets, that are really out there toiling, trying to make a living. He really not taking them into consideration. You know, what this devil is doing is he's trying to push wicked plans forward. And that got to be at the expense of anybody that's in the way. including the population of the people. He know a lot of, people are going to remain ignorant to what's going on and are just going to fall in line. So he going to try to, push the limits, man. He going to try to see exactly what the fuck he can get away with. And then he going to get to a point where he don't give a fuck how you feel. He just going to do what he going to do. That's that great wrath. It says he's going to come down to you having great wrath because he knoweth that he had but a short time. This devil has a new world order he's trying to implement on this earth. And he know he ain't got forever to do it. He's seeing the chariots out there in the sky. Okay, he's seeing the prophets rising up all over Babylon, all over the earth. Bringing out the truth. He's been exposed. So he know he don't have forever to do this. A lot of these devils is dying off. Henry Kissinger, Warren Buffett's partner died. This other Edomite, actor. A lot of them are fucking passing away, man, at age 98, 99. Them devils gonna come back in a reincarnation in captivity. So the ones that are still here, they like, look, we got to get this shit going. You see? So this devil is really gonna turn back to his true nature, and he's gonna reveal it to the whole earth through his actions, through his policy, showing the whole world that he is, in fact, the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. So again, Revelations 12:12, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, which the devil goes back to the word deceiver, is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. He know he got little time left. Okay, so he got to really push the agenda even harder. And that's these types of decrees, like this congestion pricing plan, is just another step in the grand scheme of what he's trying to accomplish. Let's get I want to get Job. I'm going straight to the point. Job 20:22, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. All right. So in the NLT, it says, in the midst of plenty, they will run into trouble and be overcome by misery. So let's get this word wicked, okay? Because the prophecy says that as this devil get to the point where he's closing in on his new world order, he think he has everything set, and he's about to, accomplish what he set out to accomplish, that he's going to be in straits. Let's see what that word straight says. All right.
Strong's H3334. Yatser.
All right. It says to bind, be distressed, be in distress, be cramped, be narrow, be scant, be in straits, make narrow, cause distress, besiege. All right. It says down in the Strong's definition, to press, be narrow, be in distress. Okay. To be vexed. So this devil is going to be in a distressed, vexed state. Why? Is because everybody's going to turn on him. Everybody's going to look at him and as the enemy. Okay? Because they're gonna start to sniff out all of the wickedness that this devil is doing, and people gonna stand up and fight. They're gonna try to do something about it. People in New York City, man, they about to, the normal everyday worker, these businesses that gotta take on these additional costs. Fucking think about it, like the public school now just acquired an additional cost if they had buses going through these areas. Like this shit is gonna have a domino effect in so many places, and it's only a matter of time before people are gonna get upset, and we're gonna see how it all turns out, man. But this is a major thing, It says for wicked, All right.
Strong's H 6001. A male. A male.
All right. And it says laborer, sufferer, wretched one, laborer, workman. Okay, sufferer, toiling. So the ones that are out there working and toiling, laboring, suffering, to what? To bring home, put food on the table. All right. These are the ones that's gonna get at this devil. It says every hand of the wicked or the laborer, okay, or the worker or the one that's toiling is gonna come upon them, because they're gonna be the ones that's gonna be directly impacted by the shit that this devil is doing to try to fulfill his new world order. And you best believe, man, that this shit right here plays into it. This plays into the 15-minute cities and him, our temptation, him implementing the MOTB. This very well can play into it, because what happens when this type of program expands into other areas and into other cities and into other states? Now you got, let's get it real quick. Now you got 2nd Esdras 15, where it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. You could not be able to go into the city because you can't afford to. You see how things can start to play. This type of event can start to play into biblical prophecy. It's going to be martial law, and they're going to be patrolling the streets and controlling the movement of traffic. But this is going to play into that too. This could very well play into that too, you see. So 2nd Esdras 15 and 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay, uprisings. Seditions is uprisings against government. All right. They're the ones that's making your laws. They're the ones that's sitting in that room having these debates, these panels, these discussions, and coming up with these policies. So they're going to be the ones that the people are going to direct their anger towards. It says, verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the cities shall be cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So this is what's getting ready to take place. This is really going to impact and hit people hard in the midst of super high inflation, in the midst of low wages, where wages isn't keeping up with inflation, of where food, housing, rent, everything is costing way more than what people are bringing in. Everybody is living off credit cards and debt. And then now you got to pay to go to work. This shit means you got to pay to fucking go to work for some people. They're going to have to pay to go to work, man. They said the Ubers and the taxis are going to have a surcharge if they pass through these areas that's going to be passed on to the passenger. So now if you get in an Uber, it ain't even your car, and they're going to get charged for passing through these congestion areas. That expense is going to pass on to the customer. It's going to pass on to you, man. So everybody, man, this is much wicked oppression. Okay, and that's why everybody is going to turn on this devil, man. And this is why there's going to be seditions. And it could very lead into, people being limited as far as their movement throughout the city. So, I'm going to keep an eye on this, man. Just wanted to bring that to brothers' attention if they weren't aware. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Shemel Shai, the honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace to the whole elect out there. Until next time, I'm going to say shalom.